Hi, it's Luke Bowman here. Welcome to my video lesson for John Petrucci's Terminal Velocity. It's a bit of a different one for me, but I've been a huge Petrucci fan for many years. When I was at music college in London back in the early 90s, one of the other students dragged me along to the old Marquee Club to see Dream Theatre playing, and I was just sold after that. He's been one of my favourite players ever since. So it's very exciting that he's now releasing some new solo stuff after 15 years. The new album comes out at the end of August, but he's teased us with this new track, Terminal Velocity. So in the lesson I'm going to cover the whole song, except for the guitar solo. If I get enough requests, if enough people watch this and want it, I will do the solo. I've already started it. I can do another lesson showing you the solo. So let me know in the comments, or send me a message if you do want me to do that. Unfortunately, I've picked the hottest week in London this year, so I am absolutely melting in a very small room with no air conditioning. I can't even put my fan on when recording because the microphone picks up the noise. So excuse me if I keep stopping and jumping in a cold shower, or if I look a bit sweaty at times. I do apologise. So I absolutely love this new track that John's released. He does have a reputation as being a shredder, which he can certainly shred with the best of them. To me, he's also an amazing songwriter. He's also an incredibly melodic player, and I love this song. He has various themes going on, melodic themes going on through the song, which he changes up, varies in certain places, and we'll cover all that. But some great tunes in here that really get stuck in your head. I haven't done a playthrough. I've literally just finished transcribing this a couple of days ago. I've then had to work for a few days, so I'm now just recording the lesson so I can get it out. I haven't learned myself to play it up to speed, but if you keep an eye on my Instagram and Facebook pages, hopefully the next few days I'll get some practice done and get a little video of me playing it out there. There's so much to cover in this song. It's a long track and there's a lot of complex parts, so I'm going to go pretty quickly through it. If you're attempting this, I'm guessing you're already an intermediate to advanced player, so I'm going to just take you through each of the passages, show you how to play it and the fingering. Tab, as always, is below. Get yourself a copy of that, it will be very useful. Also use the buttons below to jump backwards and forwards and to rewind. I'll play each bit slowly and then show you how to play it, and then the rest is up to you to get it up to speed, which is the challenging part. If you do enjoy the video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and please feel free to share with others. There's also links below to my Instagram and Facebook pages. It'd be great to have you following me on there. There's also a link to a donation page. Okay, let's zoom in and we'll get started with the lesson. Okay, in this track, John is in the key of E harmonic major. Google it, you can learn all about it, but essentially it's the major scale, but with a minor sixth. So what you get is a C instead of C sharp in the key of E. And this gives you some lovely intervals between the C sharp, the D sharp and the E, and also between the E and the C, so you can get a lot of that. But then with the major, it gives it that kind of exotic feel. So it does take a bit of getting used to playing this in this key, because we're so used to playing an E major and hitting the C sharp. You've got to think no C sharp. Okay, I've broken the song down into various sections, and I'm going to take you through each one. I have tabbed out two guitar parts. I think on the original track there's a whole lot of multi-tracking going on, very big sound from John. But I have tried to tab out what the other guitar is doing, the rhythm parts. Majority of that is some power chords which you can get from the tabs. There's a few unison parts and harmony parts which I will cover. I'll be concentrating mostly on the main melody that John is playing. Okay, let's start with what I call main theme 1 and bar 1. This is a melody that John keeps coming back to a number of times in the song, and the first bar sounds like this. So we're up here at the 12th fret, starting on the 16th fret. As I said, I'm going to go through this quite quickly, so just rewind it as needed. 16th fret on top E, to the 12th fret on your top E, to the 12th fret on your B. And this B is going to be kind of a pedal tone that we keep coming back to in this melody. So, and then 16th fret again on the top E, 12th fret on your B, 17th, back to the 12th, and then repeat the first three notes. 16, 12, 12, and then 14th fret on your top E, to the 12th fret, to the 13th fret. There's that first C natural instead of C sharp. To the 12th fret on your B, to the 14th, to the 13th on the G. So it starts off nice E majory, and then we get that first exotic kind of sounding note, that's C natural. Usually you would expect a C sharp, but instead we're getting there. Down to the major third. Okay, the second bar. Starts exactly the same as the first bar. To that point, but then we're going to go up to the 20th fret on your top E, hit the open E string, hit the 19th fret, open E string, 17th fret, open E string. So it's something John does a lot in a lot of his songs, that kind of pedal tone to the open string. Okay, the next bar starts exactly the same. A bit like that, so it's starting the same, 16, 12, 12, 17, 12, and then up to 19. Back to the 12th fret on your B, to the 14th fret, to the 12th on your top E, and then we have a little triplet kind of sounding run. It's an A minor arpeggio. So 17th fret, pull off to the 12th fret on your top string, 13th fret on your B, 14th on your G, and then back up again. So up until now, we've all been 16th notes, but this part, we're doing 6 16th notes in the space of 4. So it's kind of a triplet feel, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So do watch that rhythm, have a listen to John playing it. In terms of picking, John's doing a lot of alternate picking as always, and some sweep picking in places. You do what you feel comfortable with and what sounds good to you. Also make sure you watch John playing this on the video himself so you can get some ideas of how he's doing things. I've tried to transcribe this as closely as possible to the video, to where he's playing things, which is not always where I would play things, but this is how John's done it, so I've transcribed it as closely as possible. And then the final bar of this opening phrase, so starting the same again. 14th to the 12th, and then on your B string, 16, 12, 17, 12. Down to the 13th fret on your G, the 16th fret on your D string, to the 14th fret on your G, and then we're going to do another little triplet to run. So this is diminished. You know that shape. So 17 on your G, 16 on your B, 14, 17, 14 on your top E, back to the 16th. And again, that's got that triplet feel to it. Okay, and that completes the first section. The melody then repeats, the second guitar comes in with some power chords, which is all there in the tab, and a couple of little harmony bits, which you can have a look at. So repeat those first 3 bars. The 4th bar is very similar, except for the triplet run at the end. So we do the to there. The diminished run this time, we're going to put some extra notes in. 17, 16, 14, 17, slide up to the 20th, back to the 17th, and then to the 19th fret. This is how that ends. Again, listen to the rhythm. So if you look at the rhythm, we're actually putting 6 16ths over the space of 3. So 6 over 3, and then finishing on the 16th note on the 19th. So this first section ends with a 2-bar kind of run, before we go into the next melody. So the first bar of it goes like that. So, in this case, when you look at the second guitar, it's playing C sharp minor 7, which is strange, because we were in the harmonic minor, which had C natural, but we changed it up a little bit. So the second guitar part is pretty cool. It's going, it's vamping like that on C sharp. So we've got back, so this run now has a C sharp in it, and it also has a D natural instead of a sharp in it. So we go 19th on the top string to the 16th, 17th to the 18th, down to the 16th fret, and then move your finger down to the 13th fret on your G string. Then 14th on your D, 16th on your A, 14th on your A, 11th on your A, 14th on your bottom E, to 12th fret on your bottom E. So, and then we have another of these little triplet-y feels where we're putting 6 notes into a space of 4. Goes 14th, 11th on your A string, 12th, 10, 12, 14 on your bottom E. And the next bar is a run up into the next melody. Now this is in unison to start with. So we'll take for guitar part 1, they do split at the end to kind of a harmony part. And also this is a bar of 5/4, so we've got 5 beats in this bar, which makes it sound a little bit different. It goes. something like that. So a few little trills in here, but it's mostly 16th notes. Starting off all on your bottom E string, first 4 note, open, 5th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. And jump to the 6th fret, then 6th fret on your A, and a hammer and pull off to the 7th fret. Back to the 8th fret on your E. So, and keep going up. Essentially we're going up the E harmonic major scale. So 6, 7, 9 on your A string, 7, 9, 10 on your D string, 8th fret on your G with a hammer on again to the 9th fret, and back, and then back to the 10th fret on your D string, and then 8, 9, 11 on your G, ending up on the 10th fret of your B string. Okay, the second part does exactly the same until we've done that, and then it moves back down. 9, 7 on your D, 9, 6 on your A. So those two parts work lovely in harmony together. One guitar keeps going up, the other keeps coming back down. Okay, so now moving into section B, and in this part John has pretty much taken the melody that we're playing in section A and playing it down the octave. And he's doing that by using the open B string as kind of a pedal tone throughout this. So that first bar, so this first part is all on your B strings. You start on the 9th fret, 5th fret, open, 9th fret, open, 10th fret, open, 9th fret, 5th fret, open. And then 7th fret, 5th fret on your B. There's that C again, C natural on your 5th fret of your G string. Stretch up to the 9th fret of your D string, 7, 6. And the next bar, again, playing the same as we did earlier, but down the octave. Okay, so it starts the same. This bar is all on your B string. 9th fret, 5th fret, open, 9th fret, open, 10th fret, open, 9, 5, open, and then up to the 13th fret, open, 12th fret, open, 10th fret, open. So if you check into the notes you're playing up here, exactly the same, just down the octave, which is a clever little tool that John uses quite a bit. Okay, the next bar starts the same, 9, 5, open, 10, open, 12, open, 9, 5, open, 7th fret, and then, I'm not sure how John's playing this, but you could play at the 5th fret on your B, but I'm moving to the 9th fret of the G string, because it's a lot easier to then move into the next lick. So it would be, and you're going to go the whole bar. So we're ending up, it's another of those little triplet licks. A minor arpeggio again, same as we did here. This time we're going 12th fret to the 8th fret on your top E, 10th fret on B, 9th fret on G, 10th fret on your D, 12th fret on your A. Again, that's quite a common A minor arpeggio, especially if you're going to be sweep picking. And then this final bar, same melody again, or using the same kind of melody, but again down a further octave now. So you've got 11th fret on your A, 12th fret on your E, open E string, 14th fret, open E string, and the rest of this is all on your bottom E. 14th fret, open, 11th fret, open, 12th fret, 2nd fret, open, 8th fret, 5th fret. I think it's actually the other guitar plays this, but the lick going into the main riff at the end of that bar. 2nd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret, 6th fret on your E A string. So this is it's the diminished scale again. If you see that pattern. So all the way through that second guitar is kind of chugging along on the bottom E. So hitting it twice, and then kind of like a muffled scratch. Kind of a riff, kind of a rhythm that you hear quite a bit with John and Dream Theater. Sounds really good. Okay, then we move into section C, which is kind of what I'm calling it the main riff. It's the main chordal riff, and it's a monster. It sounds so good. Relatively straightforward to play, But on the original record, John's multi-tracked it, and it just sounds huge when this comes in. It sounds fantastic. So both guitars are pretty much playing the same. I'm assuming on the recording there's quite a few other guitars recorded playing the same as well to make it sound so big. So let's have a listen to it. Goes something like that. Okay, so kind of on an E power chord here. Starting off, bottom open E, 7th fret, 9th fret, 9th fret on your A, D and Gs. So hitting the bottom, open string twice, bit of palm muting going on, and then that chord 4 times. We'll hold down strokes and make this chug. And then 2 more open strings to finish that bit off. And then we're going to move 9th fret on your G string down to the 8th fret. And that chord, which is a E major 7, I guess. And we're going to keep the chugging going, so you hit that twice. Open string, back to the E chord. Open string, back to the 8th fret. And back to the E. So slowly that bar. Sounds really good. And then that repeats a second time. And then we move to an A chord. So, open A, 7th fret, 9th fret. The rhythm changes slightly, but we're going to do the same thing where we're going to drop the 9th fret to the 8th fret, so you're getting that same kind of melody, getting that same kind of note running through. So it's open string twice, first half of the bar, and then 2 7th and 8th frets on your G and G, 2 more A's, and then we're going to the C sharp minor again. So 9th fret, bar this if you want, but I find it easier to finger it like this. So 2 9th frets on your bottom E, followed by 2 9th frets on your D and G strings, and then drop down to the 7th fret. Keep these on the 9th fret. 2 more 7th frets, 9th fret, 2 more 7th frets, and then again drop the G string down to the 8th fret. That's a little lick at the end, but just before we get there, let's just play out slowly those bars from the A. And then we have this little lick to end it. 11th fret on your bottom E, 9th fret on your D, 11th fret on G, back to the 9th fret on the D. And then we repeat the E part again. And then we're going to move to this, which is a bit of a stretch. So 4th fret on your bottom E, 6th fret, ideally the 2nd finger on your D, and then 9th fret on your G string. And then it's the same type of rhythm, we change between that, and then again dropping this 9th fret to the 8th fret and G. That goes through all the way through this. And then we end up with a nice harmony lick between the 2 guitars. So the main guitar is playing open A, 14th fret on your D, 14th fret on your B, back to the D, back to the B, back to the D. Open again, 13th fret, 12th on your D and B, 13th fret on your D, 12th on your B, 13th on your D. So, and finishing off with 12th fret on your bottom E, 14th fret on your D, 14th fret on your G, 14th fret on your D. The other guitar, same kind of pattern, open A, 11 and 10 on your D and B strings. And 9 and 9, and then 9th fret on your bottom E, 7th fret on your D, 9th fret on your G, 7th fret on your D. That's the second part. And then back into unison for the final part. Goes like that. So 7th fret on your bottom E twice, and then 9 and 11 on your D and G. B kind of power chord. It's the first half of the bar, and then we're going to play some natural harmonics at the 4th fret. 4th fret on your G, B, G, and D. So keep your finger as close to the fret as possible for these harmonics. You're probably very familiar with the 12, 7 and 5 frets, but you get quite a few at the 4th fret. But you want this, your finger just behind the 4th fret. And then finishing off 5, 7, 5, 4. 5, 7, 5, 4 on your bottom E string. So to finish this section we have a little run up of my both guitars. They start off the same, first bar is the same, but they end up differently in the next bar to create a bit of a clashing harmony. Second guitar. It's exactly the same until the end bit, where they're clashing nicely. This is actually in 5/8, and they're triplet 16th notes, so we've got playing 3 16th notes on each beat. So you've got 2, 4, 5 on your bottom string, 2, 3, 5, 7 on your D string, back to the 5, to the 3, to the 5, to the 7, up to the 9, 6, to the 7, to the 9 on your D string, up to the 10th on your D string, and then slide up, the 14th on your G string, and then hit the 12th fret on your B string. So you get those two nice clashing out. Then we move into the first melody section, which is just one guitar to start with. Starts off. It's that kind of melody that's going on. So throughout this, John's playing the open E string and he's moving the melody around on the B string. So it starts off the previous bar into this 10th fret on your D, 9th fret on your G, 11th fret on your G, and then we start off with this. So I'm just going to assume we're playing the E string with everything. The melody itself underneath that, 9th fret, 9th fret, 7th fret, 9th fret, all on your B string, 7th fret, 9th fret, up to your 12th fret. So you're sliding up to 9th, up to the 12th fret. Then 12th fret down to the 5th fret, and up to the 7th fret again. So, and then 5th, 7th again, 9th, 7th, 9th, 10th, and slide from the 9th fret up to the 10th fret and back to the 9th. Flat bar. And then 7th fret, finishing off on the 5th fret. So, and the next bit's all on your 5th and 4th frets on your B string. Up to the 7th fret. Finishing off there, 10th fret, 12th fret, back to the 9th fret. Which is where the other guitar comes in with some power chords. And then you're finishing off 9, 10, 7, 7. And finishing with this chord 5 on your G string, 7th on your B, and an open E. And then we're going to move into section E by going. And this time we're playing the melody, but with pretty much the same, without the top open E string. I'm going to go through this quickly. You can follow it with a tab. This is mostly all on the G string. It's the 13th fret, 11th, 13, so up to the 16th, and then that part there, you're going to slide down very quickly from the 18th to the 16th. John does this quite a lot. And then do the same down to the 11th fret. First part. And then again 10, 9, 11. Same as we did earlier, on different strings. So you can go up to the 13th fret and then slide up from the 11th to the 14th, and then 13, 14, 13, down to the 11th. Finishing up on that 9th fret. And then there's a little run into the next section. Next section, so 7, 6, 7, 9 on the D string, 6, 8 on your G string, and then continues, end up here on the 14th fret, move up there and then 14th fret, 12th fret on your E string, 13th fret on your G, to the 17th fret on your B string. Bend that up and down, and then down to the 16th fret on your B string, and then one of those slides down to the 16th fret on your G string. And we have a 2-bar lick going back into the main melody. First bar, so 5th fret on your B string, 5th fret on your G string, back to the 5th fret on your B, the 7th on your B, back to the 5th on your G, again using as a pedal tone, 8th on your B, back to the 5th on your G, 7, 5, 5. So then you're going to slide up to the 14th fret on your top E, 12, 13, 12 on your B, 14, 12 on your G string. And then the second bar of the lick. So 14th fret, G, 14th fret D, 14th fret G, 16th fret, 14th fret D, 6th, 17th fret of your G, 14th fret of your G, then 2 17ths on your B string, and then 19, 17 on your top string, 19, 15 on your B string, to the 14th fret. So I'd finger that. Use that second finger for your 15th fret, so you can put the 14th fret on there, and then 16, 15, 14 on your top 3 strings. And again, that's a triplet feel. Okay, and then we go back into that original main theme. So that repeats the same as it did before, showing the tab quickly here so you can see it, if you haven't got the PDF copy in front of you. So it repeats again, as we did at the very beginning, finishes up with a lick at the end of bar 46 on my tablature. And then we go into the melody for the 3rd time. This time we're playing it up an octave, instead of down here. And as we've done the previous 2 times, it's up here, 16th fret of your E string. And we're going to do a few embellishments this time. So that first bar, we're going to use this open E as a pedal tone. So 14th fret, open E, 16th fret, open E, 19th fret, open E. Next bar, stay on that 19th fret and then do that quick slide down to the 14th fret. So you're not just sliding down like that, you're hitting it a second time and sliding very quickly after hitting it. And then back into the melody, 16th fret G string, 17th fret B, 14th fret top E. So first half of the bar is the same, but then we're doing 17th fret, open E, 16th fret, open E, 14th fret, open E, to the 19th fret on your B, 21st fret, and then the 17th fret. So, and then the end of that bar, there's another little triplet. So 16, 18, 16, 17th fret. And then at this point you would slide up, if you had 24 frets, to the 24th fret. If you're like me and you're stuck at 22, you're going to have to bend it up to the 24th fret, and then down to the 19th fret. So it would be, and then we have a bend on the 16th. So you're probably going to use your first finger here, 16th fret and top E, bend it up half a tone, 16th back, then back to the 16th fret, 19th fret, 17, 16 on your B, 19 on top E string. Going through this part pretty quickly, that melody, you can go back and look at the tablature and play along with the record. It's fairly straightforward. The key is to get a lot of feel and emotion into it and a lot of vibrato. So John has a great left-hand vibrato, so really make those notes sing out. Okay, then we've got another 2-bar lick taking us into the next section of the melody. First bar. Just like that. 12th fret on your top E, 13th fret on your B, 12, 14 on your top string, 13, 15, 13, 14, 12, 13. So again, similar to what we've already been doing, using this 13th fret here, this C as a pedal note. And you're going to move up to the 19th fret, 15th fret on your top E, 19th and 15th on your B, 17th, 16th on your G string. Okay, the lick in the second bar is a bit more challenging because we're moving from all the way up here down to kind of the 5th fret. So it starts, so 19th fret to the 17th fret on your B, 20th fret to the 17th fret on your B, move down to the 13th fret on your B, 17th fret on your top E, 13 to 10 on your B, 12th fret on your top E, 10 down to 5 on your B to the 8th fret on your top E. And then a little triplet run. I think John's actually playing it on the 10th fret up here. I find it easier to play the A here on your 5th fret. So you've gone 5th fret on your E, 7th on your B, 9, 7, 9 on your G, back to the 7th fret. Back to the 7th fret on your B, because we're then going to go into that melody that we played before. That one. So that repeats. First bar exactly the same as we did before, as you can see below. I'm not going to go through it again. The second bar is exactly the same, but instead of doing 13 open, 12 open, 10 open as we did before, we're going to replace the open string with a C. So instead of an open B, we're playing a C at the 10th fret and D. So that bar gives it a bit of a different flavour. And the next bar is a repeat. I won't go through it again. You can see it below. It finishes off with that triplet lick. And the final bar is pretty much the same as we played before. And then we're going to go into this riff. Which repeats twice. This is just before the guitar solo starts, but I love this riff, so I thought I'd leave it in. So it's kind of based around that C sharp minor 7 again. So bottom string, 9th fret, and then 9th on your D and G strings. Hit it twice. So hit those top 2 strings twice. Bit of palm muting. Hit it 4 times. And then move the whole thing up to the 11th fret. So slowly. So it repeats. Finish it off 7, 8, 9. Bottom string. And that repeats twice, and we go into the solo section, which I'm not covering in this video. Still a lot of work to do on that because it is humongous. And some great playing in there. Hopefully we'll get back to that at some point. So what we're going to do is skip ahead to where we come out of the solo. So section K, we've come out of the big solo and we're back to the main riff. Just one guitar playing it first time through, and then the second guitar comes in for added effect. It's exactly the same as before. So skip back to the previous time we did it, but there is one change. Instead of the bar starting, it's now starting. So the rhythm is different for the first half of that bar when you're playing the E chord. So the first half of the bar was the previous time. It's now. The rest of it is exactly the same. So use the tablature or go back and have a look at how we did it the first time. The lick at the end is slightly different for the second guitar. So the first guitar is still going like that, but the second guitar is going something like that. So it's again open and then 14th and 17th on G and B, open A, 16th and 19th, and then 12th on your A, 14, 14 on your G and B strings. It's a bit of a difference on that harmonising there. And then we have the same, but instead of the harmonics, at the end of the bar we have, for the first guitar, for the second guitar. So basically B major arpeggios. So the first guitar, 11, 12, 11 on your top 3 strings, 14th fret on your top E, 11, 12. The other one, 16, 16, 14, 19, 14, 16. And then to finish off, We have 12, 15 on your B, and then the 14th fret on your top E, and then we're back to the original melody. So again, I'm not going to cover that. It's the same as we've done before, so you can go back and check. So those first 3 bars are all the same. The end of the 4th bar is different, as it has been the other 2 times. So we go through the same to there, but this time we're then going to go, which is 17, 14, 11 on the G string, and then 13th on the D, 11 on the G, 10 on your B. Goes into section M, and we're going to go back to that melody. However, it's the same notes as before, but when you look at the video, John is playing it differently. Don't know why. I guess you're getting a different tone from it. Instead of playing the open B as a pedal note, he's using the B note on the 9th fret of your D string. So play that bar slowly. It's exactly the same as we're playing. Earlier, with different fingerings. It's all the 9th fret here. B, G, D, B, D, 10th fret on your B, 10th fret on D, 9, 9, 9 again, 11, 9 on G, 10, 9 on D, 12, 11 on your A string. And we do the same. Again using the 10th fret, as we did the second time. And then final time. Finishing that A minor arpeggio as we did last time, and then finishing the same way. So exactly the same notes pretty much, but just fingering them slightly different. Maybe just to spice it up and make it a bit more interesting. And then we have a monster lick, a monster diminished 7th lick, to kind of almost finish this song off. So this looks pretty scary on the page, and when you see John playing it at speed, it's pretty scary. I'm not going to even attempt it, but it's the same pattern moving up the neck. So it's, once you get used to the pattern, it's not too bad. And again, both guitars are in unison. So this bar is in 6/4, so we've got 6 beats, and each beat has 6 16th notes in it. So it's got that triplety kind of feel again. So the first beat of it, open E, 2nd fret, 5th fret, 3rd fret on your A, and then back down, 5th fret, 2nd fret. Like that. So, as we mentioned before, diminished scale. Diminished scale is basically minor thirds on top of each other, endlessly. So each time you're playing this, you're going to move it up 3 frets, a minor third. Always going to start it with an open E. Second time, you're going to start it on the 5th fret. 5, 8, 6, exactly the same pattern. 8, 5. Next time you're going to start on the 8th. 11th. 14th that was. 17th. It's the final one. So playing it 6 times. Exactly the same shape. But about 3 times as fast as that. Probably needs a lot of muting. I was actually picking it there. When you see John playing it, it is very fast. He's hammering on and pulling off. So first 3 notes, hammer on. Up the 3rd fret and the 5th fret, pull off to the 2nd. Hit the open E, then start the next round. So have a look at it, study it. It's not as scary as it looks until you try and get it up to speed. Good luck with that, and well done for those of you who can. I'm not sure I will ever get that, but it's nice that it's a symmetrical pattern. It's the same each time. Just think of your fingers, 1, 4, 2. And keep on going up. And then we end up, another big unison run up the E harmonic major. All 16th notes, apart from a couple of little 30-second note trills. So we're starting off 4, 5, 7 on your bottom string. 3, 5 on your A string, and then a hammer on, pull off through 3rd fret to 5th fret on your A, back to the 7th. So, and then 3, 5, 7, 4, 6, 7 on your A and D strings, and then a 4th fret, 5th fret, pull off to the 4th fret, and again start the next bar. 7th fret. So, and then we carry on up, 4, 5, 7 on G, 5, 7, 9 on B, 5, 7, 5 on your top E, to the 9th fret, 5, 7, 8, 7, 5 on your top E, because that's going to take us into the very last iteration of the melody. Starting off, we're using the open E as a pedal note this time. 7, 4, this is all on your top E to start with. 7, 4, open. 7, open. 8, open. 7, 4, open. And a couple of little triplet arpeggios to finish with. 12, 8, 10. 14, 12, 13. And then a little run down. 12, 14, 13. So it's 12, 8 on your top string. 10 on your B string, 14, 12 on your top string, 13th fret on your B string, 12 on the B string, 14, 13 in the bottom open E. And that holds for many, many bars as it slowly fades out. Wow, that was it. I'm going to go and have a very cold shower now because I'm literally dripping. I know I went through some of that quite quickly, and I hope you can get what you need from rewatching the video and also looking at the tablature and watching John playing it in his video. Hope it's been of some use to you, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. I think it's a great track, and as I've said, he's one of my favourite guitar players. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon with another video.